want to plant some native trees all along this whole area. The purpose of these videos is to really document our own journey as we try and transform our property using permaculture principles. We're learning everything as we go from scratch pretty much.
Hi, I'm Kate, this is Woody, and this is Scott. Welcome to our permaculture journey.
Thank you for joining us for another video. This video is going to look at the transformation of the nature strip in front of our house, starting from 2016 until now in 2023, where we planted a whole range of native trees, shrubs, and prostrate varieties to green our nature strip. And near the end of this video, we'll talk about what worked, what didn't work, and what we would do differently if we did it again. Here you can see the highlighted section is the nature strip. Here are photos of the nature strip over the years, just showing just the barren emptiness of the space that we were working with. One feature of our nature strip is that it receives a lot of water when we have a big downpour.
Water.
You can see at the bottom right-hand corner of the property, there's water that runs on to the nature strip that pools often under the large tree, and then it proceeds to run north to the top corner of the screen and through a drain and into the stormwater. You'll see that there is an arrow facing towards the south at the top there, and that's just showing that there were times where the water would actually run back onto this area, but over time it's been fixed to flow north to the stormwater. This is the day we measured the nature strip just to get a sense of the size so that we could work out like how many trees and what would fit and what would fit together. We actually got a list of native trees that the council recommended for our area, and we used that as a basis to choose a whole range of trees and shrubs to fit on the space. We also chose, based on when things would flower, to try to get a range of different trees and shrubs that would flower at different times of the year. And then we plotted the whole plan on a diagram, and I can't remember the program that we used, but we were able to sort of place all of the different trees that we chose on essentially on the map, and then we're able to put them at their full size to have a sense of how things would look in the future. So this is the day that we planted all of our tube stock. That's all the footage we have of the day. We didn't take any video of us planting anything. I think we just got in and got the job done as quickly as we could. 2016 was quite a wet year, so we had plenty of rain leading up to the planting, and we also had some rain afterwards, so it became quite a wet area for a while there. This is a good demonstration of the water coming onto the nature strip and flowing north. So here we are, April 2017, and a lot of the natives have started to pop out of the guards that we placed around each of them. This is probably the most amazing rainbow I've ever seen. We're 1 year into the process now. I just had the idea of digging some channels from the side of the road towards the natives near the side of the nature strip, just to try to allow water find their way into and around the natives. I should mention that for the first 2, maybe 3 years, over the hotter months, I'd be out there every 2 or 3 days watering them just to help them along and make sure that they had enough moisture to keep them going through the really hot summers. And we also essentially inherited the nature strip in regards to mowing the grass once we planted natives on the area. That's worked really well because I use all of that grass to build compost and turn that into soil for the property. Between like late autumn and early spring, I'd often go out and plant some natives where some previous ones had failed and died, just to keep filling the space. The natives are a lot larger and they're starting to, well, they're beginning to occupy the space. And here's our little whippersnapper enjoying the nature strip. The area we're in grow a lot of grain, and so certain times of the year, there's trains that come up to collect the grain.
That's cute.
If you're enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe and give us a like. Helping the algorithm certainly helps us and allows the channel to grow.
G'day, this is Kate from Narrow Road Living. I'd just like to take a moment to let you know about the beeswax candles that we make and sell. You may have seen us at local markets and shops.
Good morning, welcome to Dimboola Market.
But did you know that you can also shop online? We offer flat rate shipping anywhere in Australia, and it's possible to post overseas too. Beeswax is such a beautiful natural product, and it will purify the air while the candle burns. There's a faint honey scent and no toxic fragrances added. Are you ready to make the switch to more natural candles? Then visit our store, the link is in the description. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the video.
They're getting a lot larger now, and here's a selection of them in flower. What we had done for the first couple of years is rake all of the stones that were all through the nature strip area and put them on the driveway, just to sort of reinforce the driveway shape and space, allow nature to essentially take over the remaining part of the nature strip. And so here's Kate teaching Jacob how to do that. And the nature strip sometimes is reverted into a racetrack. And they're really starting to take shape now, really starting to look a lot more full. That's the most amount of water I've seen in that spot right there in a long time. So here's one of the more recent updates, September of 2023, and as expected, they're a lot more established. The ground covers are really starting to do their thing. And the latest update in this video is from November 2023, where I do a more slow walk around just to show you the space and everything taking shape. As you can see from the ground's starting to dry out, and it's certainly not looking as green and as lush as it does in the winter and spring months. It certainly allows you to see the progress that's been made. Some of the takeaways from our experience to date, one of the best things we did was we did a lot of research. we made sure that we chose the varieties that would work best in our area. And we spent a lot of time placing the trees, knowing what sizes they were, and trying to choose trees that would flower at different times of the year to attract birds, insects, including bees. And that's allowed the area to take shape as well as it has. The varieties that did the best were the acacias, the callistemons, the eremophilas, the eucalyptus, and the grevilleas. We did plant a number of Banksia, Hakea, and other sort of more uncommon varieties, but we lost most of them. What the first couple of years did teach us, though, was essentially the varieties that were most hardy and suited our conditions, and so that led us to purchasing more of those varieties. I think mostly the acacias and the callistemons, and I think the eucalyptus. Unfortunately, while we did a lot of research and documented everything at the beginning, as the years unfolded and we replaced certain shrubs from trees, our documentation of that was lacking. And so when we've gone back 7 years later to do this video, it's meant that we've had to go back out there and re-identify most things. We think we've got about 80% identified. One of the challenges I find with gardening is keeping all the documentation in a easily readable form and easily accessible. So that's one of the challenges for me, is to slow down enough to fill in those details, keep those details in a form that's understandable for future reference, just so that we're not double handling a lot of the things that we're doing. Also, if we did it again, I certainly would have dug bigger holes at the beginning for each of the trees. We were planting in clay, and so digging a much bigger hole for each, while would have taken a lot more work, they certainly would have had an easier time with their root system, and they would have, I think, grown a lot bigger than they are to date. There was probably a little bit of growth stunting. They had to struggle through the hard clay. By digging a bigger hole, the soil around the tree would have been able to hold a lot more moisture for longer, meaning hopefully less watering and faster growth. All in all, I think it's been a great success. It's certainly taken time for them to establish themselves, but I think the best is yet to come in regards to what they're going to look like over the next couple of years, and we'll certainly keep you updated. And a lot of love and care has been taken to work that area of the property, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have working that space and creating this video. And here's me in 2016 to sign off on this video. Feel free to subscribe and join us on the journey as we transform ourselves and we transform the land around us to something that kind of reflects who we are. And so it involves a whole lot of permaculture ideas. So I welcome you on board to just be a part of the journey, and appreciate your encouragement and feedback and your subscription. Appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in another video.